Part 1. The Shattered Sky. The cold chill of the void echoed through the corridors of the Starseeker, a vessel crafted not for leisure but for discovery. It hummed through the metal walls, resonating with the distant, ancient frequencies of the cosmos. Captain Liam Eridan stood alone on the observation deck, his eyes tracing the swirling nebula through reinforced glass. It was a scene of violent beauty, tendrils of star stuff dancing like ghostly flames in the boundless dark. Liam's breath misted in the air, a reminder of the ship's failing heat systems. He adjusted the collar of his jacket, a patchwork of worn fabric and nanoweave, a testament to past journeys and battles fought. Yet today's mission sent a shiver through his spine, not from cold, but from its promise. They were on the edge of something unprecedented, a tear in the fabric of space-time itself, known to few as the Chrono Rift. "Captain, we're approaching the coordinates," crackled the voice of Kale, his seasoned engineer, over the intercom. "Understood, Kale. Begin final approach. Keep the drive steady. We can't risk destabilizing it," Liam replied, his voice steady, masking the surge of adrenaline within. The Starseeker shifted, its engines humming a deeper tune as it slid towards the anomaly. Outer sensors flared with activity as they neared the rift, a swirling maelstrom of color and light, a breach that defied the laws of physics and reason. "Liam, you might want to see this." Kale's voice carried an edge of awe and concern, prompting Liam to hurry to the control center. "What's our status?" Liam asked, stepping into the room, his eyes darting between flickering holographic displays. "Stable, for now, but the readings are strange. The rift's expanding and contracting like it's breathing." Kale pointed to the rhythmic pulsations on the main screen. "That's why we're here," Liam said, leaning in. "We need to understand it and survive it." The crew focused on their tasks, some eyes wide with anticipation, others furrowed with worry. They were scientists, explorers from 100 worlds, united in their pursuit of knowledge against the backdrop of potential obliteration. "Prepare the probes," Liam ordered. "Let's see what secrets the rift holds." The probes were released, small, nimble crafts darting into the breach, their sensors capturing data that would take lifetimes to decipher. As they entered, the ship trembled with the echo of space convulsing around them. "Something's wrong," Kale shouted, eyes fixed on an erratic spike in the readings. "Report," Liam demanded, tension creeping into his voice. "The rift's pulling us in. It's like a gravity well, but reversed." Alarms blared as the Starseeker lurched forward, caught in the rift's grasp. Liam grasped the armrest, his mind racing. There was no manual for this, no drills or simulations. They were pioneers treading into the unknown. "Kale, reverse thrust. All power to the engines," he commanded, his voice slicing through the chaos. The engines roared in defiance, every ounce of energy straining against the pull, but the ship continued its inexorable journey towards the heart of the rift. "It's not enough!" Kale yelled, his eyes wide with panic. "We're going in!" Liam's mind raced through possibilities, but time seemed to slip away. He glanced at the crew, resolute and ready, and made the call only a leader could make. "Brace for impact." The Starseeker plunged into the rift, engulfed in a cascade of light and energy. The ship groaned, metal straining against forces beyond comprehension. Liam felt reality itself twisting around him, time warping and stretching as if caught in an endless loop. And then, silence. Complete, oppressive silence. Liam opened his eyes to find himself floating in stillness. The crew lay suspended, weightless and unconscious, in a void that defied explanation. The ship hung like a ghost in a sea of shadows. "Where are we?" Liam whispered, his voice swallowed by the void. He activated the emergency systems, restoring minimal power. The dim lights revealed the faces of his crew, slowly stirring from their stasis. "Cale, are you with me?" Liam asked, helping his engineer back to awareness. "Yeah, I'm here. Barely," Cale replied, shaking his head to clear the fog. Liam ran diagnostics, the screens sputtering back to life with cryptic data. They were somewhere beyond charted space, in a pocket of distorted reality, where time and space folded into one another like the pages of a book. "We need to find a way out," Liam said, determination hardening in his voice. But as they worked, the ship trembled with a new presence. Shadows gathered and shifted, twisting into forms of impossible geometry. A low, resonant hum filled the air, resonating in their bones, as if something ancient and sentient had awoken. "They're watching us," Cale murmured, eyes scanning the shifting dark. "We're not alone." Liam knew then that the rift wasn't just a tear in space-time. It was a bridge, a gateway to somewhere, or something else. He felt its gaze, a consciousness that transcended human understanding, probing their intentions, their fears. "Whatever you are," Liam whispered to the void, "we mean no harm." The ship's lights flickered, and the shadows receded, leaving only the hum of the engines and the distant echo of the rift. The presence withdrew, granting reprieve, but not release. "We must find the frequency," Liam realized aloud. "A way to communicate, to prove we belong." Together they sifted through the data, translating the language of the anomaly, a symphony of light and sound that held the key to their salvation. In the heart of the rift, Liam understood that their journey was not just one of exploration, but of survival and revelation. The stakes had never been higher, and the choices ahead would define not just their fates, but the very fabric of their universe. As the Starseeker drifted in the embrace of the void, Liam steeled himself for the trials to come. For the rift was not just a challenge to be conquered, but a mirror to their souls, reflecting the truths they sought and the shadows they feared. With resolve burning bright, Liam prepared for whatever lay beyond the shattered sky. And in the silence of the stars, he whispered a promise: to return, to conquer, and to understand. The universe held its breath, and the journey had only just begun. Part 2. Echoes of the Past. The Starseeker floated in the vast sea of nothingness, its hull a stark silhouette against the cosmic tapestry of the rift. Liam's determination burned like a beacon, guiding his crew through the chaos that churned around them. The ship, though a testament to human ingenuity, felt fragile in this alien domain. Its panels flickered with undecipherable readings, as if whispering secrets in a language beyond their grasp. Liam's eyes scanned the data, searching for patterns, for a voice within the noise that might lead them home. "Cale, any progress with the frequencies?" Liam asked, his voice steady despite the mounting tension. "We're close, I think," Cale replied, his fingers dancing over the controls. "There's a resonance, a kind of harmonic signature we haven't seen before. It's almost musical." Liam nodded, the idea clicking into place. "Music," he mused. Maybe it's a form of communication, a universal language. He remembered the stories of ancient Earth, of civilizations that communicated through song, using melody to convey emotions that words could not capture. Perhaps this was something similar, a chance to speak to the heart of the rift. As they worked, the void around them shimmered, reality bending in ways that defied reason. Time flickered, moments stretching and collapsing in a dance that set their senses ablaze. "Liam, something's happening," Cale said, his voice tinged with awe. "The readings are stabilizing. I think it's responding." The Starseeker vibrated softly as the ship adjusted to the newfound rhythm, aligning with the rift's melody. The screens illuminated with cascading data, symbols morphing into recognizable patterns, a language taking shape. "Can you translate it?" Liam asked, his heart quickening with hope. "I'm trying," Cale said. "It's complex, but there's a sequence, like a message. An invitation, maybe?" As they deciphered the code, the shadows that had once loomed ominously now seemed to pulse with cautious curiosity, a tentative bridge forming between species separated by light years and time. Yet, beneath the thrill of discovery lay a visceral reminder of the rift's lurking danger. The ship's systems flickered intermittently, a testament to the volatile power surrounding them. "We need to explore," Liam decided, the explorer in him ignited. "There's something here we're meant to find." Cale hesitated, his engineer's pragmatism at odds with the captain's boldness. "We don't know what's out there, Liam. It could be a trap. Or it could be the answer we're seeking," Liam countered, his gaze resolute. "Prepare an away team. We'll take the shuttle." The crew moved with precision, a testament to their trust in Liam's leadership. Together they boarded the shuttle, its sleek form detaching from the Starseeker with a soft hiss. The descent into the rift was surreal, the shuttle gliding through a kaleidoscope of shifting colors and spatial distortions. Liam felt the universe contract and expand around them, an endless horizon of potential unfurling with every beat. The landing was gentle, the shuttle settling on a surface that defied logic, an ethereal plane where light and matter coalesced in dreamlike patterns. "Stay alert," Liam instructed, stepping onto the ground that felt both solid and immaterial beneath his boots. The air crackled with energy, a charged atmosphere that thrummed with the life force of the rift itself. Pulses of light undulated across the surface, casting long shadows that danced like living beings. "Captain, over here," one of the crew members called, pointing at an anomaly in the distance. Liam followed, each step echoing with anticipation. Before them, a structure emerged from the haze, a monolithic form of crystalline lattices, shimmering with inner light. "It's beautiful," Cale breathed, the engineer's awe palpable. Liam approached cautiously, hand brushing against the surface. It was warm to the touch, humming with an alien energy that whispered across his senses. "Look at this," Cale said, fingers tracing symbols etched into the crystal. A map, perhaps, or a guide. "These markings," Liam said, studying them intently, "they're like the language we deciphered. It's a story, a history." As they pieced together the narrative, a picture emerged of a civilization lost to time, beings of light and energy who had mastered the rift's secrets. They were explorers, too, pioneers who had left their mark on the fabric of space. But something had gone wrong. A fracture in their harmony, a cataclysm that had torn their world asunder. The rift was their legacy, a scar and a beacon, waiting for someone to understand its song. We're not just here by chance, Liam realized aloud. We're part of their story now. The revelation was both exhilarating and terrifying. They had a chance to learn, to evolve, but also the responsibility to not repeat the mistakes of the past. We need to find a way to communicate this, Cale said, urgency threading his voice. To bridge the gap between us. Liam nodded, knowing what it would take. A leap of faith into the unknown, a willingness to reach out with pure intention and hope they would be met with understanding. As they prepared to transmit their message, the rift trembled with anticipation. The universe seemed to hold its breath once more, waiting to see if the echoes of the past would resonate into a new future. Liam stood at the precipice, heart and mind aligned with the cosmos. Whatever came next, he knew they would face it together, bound by the shared threads of destiny and discovery. And so, in the heart of the rift, amidst the echoes of forgotten worlds, Liam and his crew reached out, not just for survival, but for connection. And in that moment, they became more than explorers. They became part of a legacy that spanned the stars. Part 3. The Awakening of Ashes. The crystalline structure hummed with an ancient energy, resonating with the pulse of the cosmos as Liam and his crew crafted their message. It was a composition of light and sound, an offering to the unseen consciousness that dwelled within the rift. Their instruments translated emotions into frequencies, weaving a tapestry of intent that reached into the formless expanse. Hope mingled with fear, curiosity with humility, as they sought to bridge the void with their universal song. Transmission sent, Cale announced, his voice tinged with anticipation. Now we wait. The crew held their collective breath, eyes fixed on the shimmering expanse that stretched before them, each heartbeat a reminder of the stakes at hand. They stood on the cusp of understanding, where the lines between past and present blurred into a single, infinite moment. Liam felt the weight of their endeavor settle upon his shoulders, a burden that both anchored and uplifted him. They were more than explorers. They were emissaries of their world, reaching out to the stars themselves. The rift responded with a subtle shift, a ripple that cascaded through the air, as if acknowledging their presence. The crystalline structure brightened, its glow intensifying, casting prismatic reflections across their faces. "It's beautiful," Cale murmured, mesmerized by the spectacle. But the wonder was short-lived. The ground beneath them trembled, a deep rumbling that grew in intensity, threatening to unravel the delicate balance they had achieved. "What's happening?" one of the crew members cried, fear creeping into their voice. "The rift," Liam said, urgency threading his words. "It's reacting to us. We've disturbed its rest." The crystalline structure began to fracture, hairline cracks spiderwebbing across its surface, releasing a surge of energy that danced like wild lightning around them. "We need to get back to the shuttle," Cale shouted over the cacophony, instinct screaming for survival. The crew scrambled, the ground shifting beneath their feet as they raced back toward safety. Liam led the charge, his heart pounding a rhythm of defiance against the encroaching chaos. As they reached the shuttle, Liam cast one last glance at the crystalline monolith. In its dissolution, he saw a glimpse of the civilization that had once thrived here, vibrant and bold, yet ultimately consumed by their own creation. Go, now, Liam commanded, ushering his team into the shuttle. The engines roared to life, lifting them from the fracturing landscape, the shuttle soaring into the turbulent skies of the rift. They watched as the crystal edifice collapsed into itself, a brilliant flash of light marking the end of an era. "Did we destroy it?" one of the crew members asked, the weight of guilt heavy in their tone. "No," Liam assured, though the truth was layered with uncertainty. "We awoke something that needed to be heard." The shuttle pierced the threshold of the rift, rejoining the Starseeker in the shifting realm beyond. As they docked, the ship's systems whirred to life, as if welcoming them back from the brink of oblivion. "We're not done here," Cale said, adjusting the controls to stabilize their position. "The rift is changing, and so are we." Liam pondered his words, understanding the gravity of their new reality. The encounter had altered them, in ways both seen and unseen. They were part of the rift now, its energy intertwined with their own. "We have to adapt," Liam said, conviction solidifying in his voice. "Learn from what we've seen. Only then can we truly move forward." As they assessed the data, new patterns emerged, insights into the nature of the rift and the civilization that had shaped it. They pieced together a story of innovation and downfall, of ambition unchecked and lessons unheeded. The rift wasn't just a wound in the universe. It was a testament to the resilience of life, a reminder of the cost of hubris and the power of redemption. "Captain, we've got something," Cale said, breaking the contemplative silence. "A signal, faint but distinct. It's coming from within the rift." Liam's pulse quickened, the call to adventure rekindled within him. They were on the brink of another discovery, a new chapter in their unfolding saga. "Let's find out what it wants," he said, determination shining in his eyes. As the Starseeker adjusted course, the crew prepared for their next voyage into the unknown. They were united by a shared purpose, their spirits ignited by the promise of new horizons and unyielding mysteries. The universe unfolded before them, a vast and intricate tapestry woven from the dreams of countless beings. And as they ventured into the heart of the rift once more, Liam knew that their journey had only just begun. In the silence of the stars, they were no longer mere travelers. They were the architects of their own destiny, poised to carve their legacy into the fabric of space and time. Part 4, Guardians of the Rift. The signal pulsed like a heartbeat through the ship's systems, an insistent rhythm calling them deeper into the rift's embrace. The Starseeker charted a course through the shimmering cascade of light and shadow, the crew driven by a shared resolve to uncover the truth hidden within the cosmic anomaly. Liam stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the swirling vista beyond. The rift thrummed with potential, an orchestra of unseen forces playing a symphony of creation and destruction. "We're closing in on the source," Cale announced, his fingers deftly navigating the controls. "It's unlike anything we've encountered before." The crew leaned forward, anticipation etched into their faces. They were voyaging not just through space, but through the corridors of time, where the past and the future intersected in a realm outside understanding. As they approached, the signal intensified, a cascade of data flooding their screens with symbols and equations that defied conventional logic. It was a puzzle of cosmic proportions, a challenge that demanded both intellect and imagination. "We need to decode this," Liam said, gesturing to the convoluted patterns. It could be a map, a guide to something greater. The crew set to work, their minds grappling with the complexities of the rift's message. The data danced before them, a kaleidoscope of ideas and possibilities that promised insight into the very fabric of existence. "Captain, there's a structure," Cale said, excitement threading his voice. "Ahead, in the distance, it looks like a gateway." Liam squinted at the display, where the outline of an immense archway materialized through the haze. It was a construct of sublime beauty, its silhouette framed by the cascading energies of the rift. "Steer us closer," Liam instructed, intrigue piqued by the sight of the enigmatic structure. "Let's see what secrets it holds." As they drew near, the gateway loomed ever larger, its surface carved with intricate motifs that pulsed with an inner luminescence. It was a relic left by the rift's original inhabitants, a testament to their mastery over the elements. The Starseeker slowed to a halt, hovering before the gateway's immense threshold. The air crackled with anticipation, a charged moment that bridged the crew's past adventures with the promise of new discoveries. "Prepare the team," Liam said, a plan forming in his mind. "We're going through." Cale nodded, preparing the shuttle for launch. The echoes of their last expedition lingered in their minds, but the call to explore was irresistible, a siren song that pulled them forward. As they descended from the ship, the energy around them thickened, a palpable presence that thrummed with dormant power. The gateway beckoned, its archway a portal to dimensions unknown. "Stay sharp," Liam cautioned, the memory of their prior encounter vivid in his mind. Crossing the threshold was like stepping into another world. The air shimmered with ethereal light, casting prismatic reflections that danced across their suits. A sense of profound tranquility enveloped them, the space beyond the gateway both familiar and alien. "Look," Cale exclaimed, pointing towards a series of monolithic stones arranged in a perfect circle. "It's an observatory." The stones were inscribed with glyphs, their surfaces etched with the wisdom of ages. Liam approached them, feeling the weight of history settle upon him. These stones told a story, a saga of celestial observation and universal understanding. "It's a map of the stars," Liam said, tracing his fingers over the carvings. "A guide to their secrets." As they studied the glyphs, patterns emerged, constellations aligning to reveal paths across the heavens. It was a roadmap to the cosmos, showing not only galaxies but also points where their worlds intersected with the rift's influence. "We're not alone here," Cale said, his voice barely a whisper. Liam turned, spotting figures emerging from the shadows, ethereal beings of light, their forms woven from the very fabric of the rift. They approached silently, no malice in their presence, but curiosity and recognition. "Guardians," Liam murmured, understanding dawning upon him. "The architects of this place." The guardians halted before them, their luminous eyes observing with ancient wisdom. A dialogue formed, not with words, but with shared intention, a bridge of understanding spanning the divide between species. Visions flashed through Liam's mind, of the guardians' rise, their fall, and their eternal stewardship of the rift. They had watched over it for eons, ensuring its secrets were preserved yet accessible to those deemed worthy. The realization struck him. The rift was a crucible, a place where the universe tested those who dared to enter, offering glimpses into its boundless mysteries. It was both a sanctuary and a proving ground. We're here to learn, Liam conveyed, his resolve echoing through the shared connection, to understand the rift and preserve its legacy. The Guardians regarded him, their luminescent forms flickering with a silent accord. Acknowledgement passed between them, and they stepped aside, granting passage further into the heart of their domain. Liam and his crew advanced, the understanding that they were now part of something far greater resonating within them. The Guardians would guide them, but the path they forged would be their own. As they ventured deeper into the rift's embrace, Liam knew they had embarked on a journey that transcended mere exploration. They were woven into the tapestry of the universe itself, tasked with unlocking its secrets and carrying its legacy forward. In the infinite expanse of possibility, the Guardians watched over them, custodians of the rift's eternal light. And in the silent space between stars, the Starseeker continued its voyage, a beacon in the cosmic night. Part 5, The Light of Forgotten Echoes. The Starseeker drifted onward through the ethereal corridor of the rift, its hull aglow under the silvery light of the Guardian's realm. The crew moved with a newfound poise, their footsteps echoing with a sense of purpose as they ventured deeper into the mysteries of the cosmos. Liam walked ahead, his mind awash with the shared memories of the Guardians. The images were vivid, yet fleeting, snippets of a civilization that grasped the universe's secrets and paid dearly for its ambition. He pondered the parallels to his own journey, recognizing the fine line between understanding and hubris. The path before them wound through a landscape that seemed to defy temporal constraints. It was a garden of light, where each step sent ripples through time, revealing glimpses of the universe's past and future. Stars bloomed and withered in the blink of an eye, constellations danced across the heavens, forever shifting and realigning. Kale, ever the pragmatist, focused on the mechanics of their surroundings. This place is like a living map, he mused, eyes tracing the shifting patterns. It's as if the rift is showing us the possibilities of what could be, both past and future. Liam nodded, absorbing the weight of their discovery. The rift was not merely a rupture in space-time. It was a gateway to potential, a library of existence itself. "Captain, over here," one of the crew called, gesturing to a clearing where an ancient structure loomed. It was a vast, circular chamber, its walls adorned with symbols and inscriptions that pulsed with a gentle luminescence. This must be a central nexus, Liam speculated, entering the chamber, a focal point for the rift's energies. As they explored, Kale discovered a console embedded in the floor, its surface a complex array of controls and displays. "It's a control center," Kale said, his fingers dancing over the interface. "We might be able to interact with the rift on a deeper level." The potential of the moment hung in the air, a delicate balance between risk and reward. Liam understood the significance. To master the console was to gain insights beyond their wildest dreams, but it was not without peril. "Proceed with caution," Liam instructed, his voice a grounding force. "We need to understand the implications of whatever we do here." Kale manipulated the controls, and the chamber responded, its walls illuminating with intricate star maps and data streams. The space around them vibrated with a resonance that spoke of ancient wisdom and untapped power. But as they delved deeper, the room trembled, a low vibration that grew into a resonant hum, filling the air with tension. "Something's changing," Kale warned, his focus fixed on the console. The rift is responding to us. Liam felt a shift, an awakening within the rift. It was as if they had touched a living nerve, and the universe was watching, waiting to see how they would proceed. "Stay calm," Liam reassured the crew, their eyes wide with a mix of apprehension and curiosity. "We've come this far. We must see it through." The chamber revealed more of its secrets, projections of planets and stars, weaving stories of creation and destruction. They glimpsed their own world, nestled in the cosmic tapestry, its fate intertwined with the myriad paths of the universe. Suddenly the room shifted, and a new presence emerged, a figure of light, distinct from the Guardians. It was an avatar of the rift itself, a manifestation of its consciousness. "I am the Echo," it intoned, its voice reverberating through their minds, "the keeper of the rift's legacy." Liam stood, awestruck by the revelation. The Echo was a conduit, a bridge between them and the vast intelligence of the rift. "We seek to understand," Liam conveyed, hoping to connect with this enigmatic entity, to learn without causing harm. The Echo regarded them with an ancient gaze, its form shifting like a symphony of light. "The rift is both a blessing and a curse," it communicated. "To wield its power is to embrace all outcomes, to accept both creation and destruction." Understanding dawned upon Liam. The rift's knowledge was a double-edged sword. It offered enlightenment, but required the wisdom to balance its duality. "We can be its stewards," Liam proposed, conviction in his voice. "Protect its secrets and share its wisdom with those who are ready." The Echo paused, its light flickering with contemplation. The crew held their breath, aware that their fate rested on this delicate negotiation. "You will be tested," the Echo declared finally, a solemn promise etched in its words. "Only through trials shall you prove worthy to carry the rift's legacy." Liam felt a sense of purpose solidify within him, the realization that their journey was far from over. They had crossed a threshold into a new realm of possibility, and the path ahead was laden with both challenge and promise. As the Echo faded, the chamber returned to its tranquil state, leaving them with a roadmap of stars and destinies yet to unfold. The Starseeker would chart these new waters, guided by the echoes of forgotten wisdom and the resolve of its crew. They were no longer mere explorers. They were guardians, entrusted with the cosmic secrets of the rift. And in the vastness of space, they sailed onward, buoyed by the light of forgotten echoes. Their journey, their legacy, had only just begun. Part 6. The Spiral of Time. The Starseeker, emboldened by their encounter with the Echo, glided through the vibrant tapestry of the rift, its hull shimmering with the new knowledge they carried. Each crew member was infused with a heightened sense of purpose, knowing their role as both explorers and guardians of the rift's wisdom. Liam stood on the bridge, surveying the ever-shifting landscape outside. The rift unfurled before them, a spiraling corridor of light and shadow, rich with the promise of discovery. "We're receiving a new signal," Cale reported, his voice threaded with intrigue. "It's coming from deeper within the rift." Liam nodded, feeling the pull of the unknown tug at his consciousness. "Let's see where it leads," he said, making the decision that would push them further into the heart of the cosmic enigma. As they ventured deeper, the rift unfolded in layers, each turn revealing unexpected vistas. Planets shimmered with ethereal light, their surfaces blinking in and out of existence, as if caught between reality and dream. "Look at that," one crew member murmured, pointing to a celestial body surrounded by a halo of swirling energy. The planet was unlike any they had seen, its surface an ever-changing mosaic of ecosystems, deserts giving way to oceans, forests merging into expansive plains, all within the span of moments. "It's like the rift is creating and dissolving worlds," Cale said, awe clinging to his words, "a universe in constant flux." Liam felt a deep resonance with the sight, understanding that they were witnessing not just the rift's power, but its potential, an infinite canvas for creation, governed by the whims of time itself. Yet beneath the beauty lay a precarious balance, one that could unravel with the slightest misstep. The rift was a crucible of time, its energies both nurturing and destructive. "We need to study this," Liam decided, the scientist within him igniting with curiosity, "to learn how these forces interact and what they mean for the universe." The crew set to work, deploying probes to gather data on the planet and its volatile environment. As the probes transmitted their findings, a clearer picture emerged, one of cycles, of beginnings and endings woven into the fabric of the cosmos. "Captain, we're detecting a temporal anomaly," Cale said, his brow furrowed in concentration. "It's like a whirlpool of time, pulling everything towards its center." Liam studied the readings, intrigued by the prospect of a temporal vortex. It was both a danger and an opportunity, a chance to understand the mechanics of time on a scale beyond imagination. "We'll have to be careful," he cautioned, the weight of responsibility heavy in his words. "But if we can map this vortex, it could unlock new dimensions of understanding." They maneuvered closer to the anomaly, the Starseeker gracefully navigating the eddies of time. Instruments hummed with activity, capturing data that defied conventional physics. As they gathered information, an unexpected disturbance rippled through the ship, a tremor that threatened to destabilize their position. Alarms blared, a cacophony of warning that pierced the stillness. "We're caught in the pull," Cale shouted, urgency in his voice. "The vortex is drawing us in." Panic flickered across the crew, the specter of disaster looming large. Liam acted quickly, his mind racing with possibilities. "Reverse thrusters," he commanded, his voice cutting through the chaos. "We need to break free of the current." The engines roared in protest, fighting against the gravitational grip of the vortex. It was a battle of will and technology, of man against the capricious forces of the universe. Progress was slow, the ship inching away from the brink of oblivion. But just as hope kindled, a new sensation enveloped them, an overwhelming stillness, as if time itself had paused to observe their struggle. Liam felt a presence, an awareness that transcended the physical realm. It was the rift, watching, evaluating the worth of the knowledge seekers within its grasp. "We're not alone," he realized, the truth dawning upon him. "The rift is conscious, and it's testing us." The insight was both terrifying and exhilarating, a confirmation of the rift's sentience and its role as a cosmic gatekeeper. "We must prove ourselves," Liam declared, determination burning in his eyes. "Show the rift that we are worthy of its secrets." The crew rallied, their efforts harmonizing with the rift's rhythms. Together they aligned their intentions with the currents of time, transforming their ship from a vessel into a symphony of purpose and potential. The vortex released its hold, and the Starseeker broke free, emerging from the temporal whirl with newfound clarity. They had passed the rift's trial, earning not only its knowledge, but its trust. As the ship sailed onward, Liam understood that their journey was a living testament to the power of exploration and the resilience of the human spirit. In the endless dance of the cosmos, they were stewards of its mysteries, entrusted with the light of forgotten echoes and the promise of the universe to come. And so they continued, guided by the spiral of time, toward horizons ever expanding. Part 7. The Harmonies of Existence. The Starseeker drifted through the expanse of the rift, its hull reflecting the vibrant tapestry of light and time. The crew, having earned the rift's trust, felt a profound connection to this enigmatic realm, as if they were no longer just travelers, but part of a living symphony. Liam stood at the helm, his thoughts a cascade of possibilities, inspired by the rift's revelations. Each pulse of the ship's engine seemed to resonate with the heartbeat of the universe, a reminder of the delicate balance they had achieved. As they navigated the celestial currents, Cale broke the silence, his eyes fixed on a new anomaly on the scanners. "Captain, we're picking up another signal. This one is stronger, more deliberate." Liam leaned in, intrigued by the distinct pattern. It was no longer just a call. It was a summons, an invitation to explore further into the rift's secrets. "Let's follow it," Liam said, the decision driving them deeper into the cosmic labyrinth. "We're here to understand, to learn." The path took them to an area where the rift's energy coalesced into a kaleidoscope of colors, each hue a thread in the intricate tapestry of existence. As they approached, the air vibrated with harmony, a melody that seemed both alien and familiar. "Do you hear that?" one of the crew members asked, their voice tinged with wonder. "It's like music." Indeed, the rift sang to them, a chorus of celestial voices weaving a narrative of creation, destruction, and rebirth. It was a lullaby of the universe, echoing through their souls. This could be the rift's way of communicating its history. Cale speculated, his understanding of harmonic sequences piecing together the sonic puzzle. Liam nodded, absorbing the symphony that unfolded around them. "Or perhaps it's a guide," he suggested, showing us how to interact with its energies. The song led them to a nexus where the energy resonated in perfect harmony, a meeting point of time and space. At the center stood a structure, a colossal sphere of translucent crystal, its surface alive with shifting patterns. "It's a repository," Liam realized aloud, approaching the sphere. "A vault of knowledge." Cale moved to the console beside it, his fingers tracing the contours of the controls. This must be where the rift stores its secrets. He activated the interface, and the sphere responded, casting beams of light that enveloped each crew member in an embrace of pure information. Visions cascaded through their minds, ancient galaxies spiraling into being, civilizations rising and falling, each contributing to the rift's vast repository of wisdom. It was a library of existence, a chronicle of everything that was, is, and might be. Liam felt the weight of eternity settle upon him, an understanding of the delicate interplay of forces that shaped the universe. "This is it," he whispered, awe threading his voice. "This is what we've been searching for." Yet, amidst the enlightenment, Liam sensed an underlying message, a warning woven into the rift's melody. It was a reminder that knowledge came with responsibility, that the path to understanding was fraught with peril. "We have to be careful," he cautioned. the gravity of their task becoming clear. The rift's gifts are powerful, but they demand respect. As the light receded, the crew absorbed the knowledge as best they could, each person transformed by the encounter. They stood at the crossroads of possibility, aware that the choices they made would ripple through time. "Captain, we've got a problem," Keel suddenly announced, breaking the contemplative silence. "The energy in this area is destabilizing." Liam turned, urgency flaring to life. "What's causing it?" "The repository," Keel replied. "I think it's reached capacity. Our presence might be tipping the balance." The realization hit hard. By accessing the rift's secrets, they had disturbed its equilibrium. They needed to act swiftly to prevent a cascade of unintended consequences. "Prepare for immediate withdrawal," Liam ordered, his mind racing with solutions. "We have to preserve what we've learned and ensure the rift's stability." The crew moved with synchronized efficiency, gathering their findings and securing the ship for departure. As they retreated, the sphere dimmed, its light folding back into itself, a promise of future revelations. With a final glance at the Nexus, they returned to the Starseeker, the weight of newfound understanding propelling them onward. The universe awaited beyond the rift, filled with challenges and hopes unimagined. And as the ship navigated the path homeward, Liam understood that their journey was only a chapter in the grand narrative of existence. In the dance of stars and time, they were custodians of a legacy that transcended the boundaries of space, and so they sailed, guided by the harmonies of existence, an enduring testament to the quest for knowledge and unity.